one more night in the evacuation to make sure that those numbers stay for us and hold with the change in atmospheric conditions. I also want to, at this time, out of Lewis Hall with their ChemTool has made arrangements for Clean Harbor to be a partner in cleanup of residential properties. We will be posting that information on our website. We are responding to a myriad of calls as well as emails and information coming in from the public about what should I do with my pool, what should I do with my garden, what should I do with the cleanup in my backyard, and we are putting those all together and providing the best guidance we can, as well as we will provide additional information about how we can engage with Clean Harbors to remove that waste from that area. And remember, again, our goal is to return and mitigate our entire community in this area so that they can return safely to their home as quickly as possible. So with that, if you have additional questions, I'm happy to answer them regarding public health. And then I will turn that over to the next individual who's going to speak.
Martel, can you talk about what the air quality monitors, you said there are 20 or so of them. What are they showing you?
We're looking at various levels like volatile organic compounds, VOCs. We're looking for sulfur dioxide. We're looking for different chemicals, carbon monoxide in the air, the things that are released in this kind of a fire. And so what we look for, when we look at national standards, are they above or below those standards? And so right now, it is all indicating that they are below standards from what we are looking at. But last night we explained, that high ceiling level, and as the night and the dew point comes down, that gas level, we want to make sure that at the level that most people are living at, that those numbers continue to hold and stay within those normal limit parameters. So again, very cautious about this because these are things you can't necessarily see. You may smell a little bit, the particulate matter, you can often see the bigger chunks, but let's be honest about the quality of the air that we breathe and the quality of the water that we drink. We want to make sure that we are returning people to their homes safely.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Bobby Elzy with Illinois EPA Office of Emergency Response. Currently, EPA's primary focus is on life safety and protection of the environment. With that, I will give a briefing on our operations of today. Illinois EPA has oversaw the digging of 2 trenches to the western and southern side of the incident site to collect any fire suppression runoff that may leave the site. We have emergency response contractors vacuuming up anything that should reach the trench and then profile it to send it to a correct place to get disposed of. Illinois EPA is also doing multiple samples on Rock River, 1 upstream, 3 downstream, to check a wide variety of any potential contaminants or any impacts whatsoever. Currently, as of 1300, we have not seen any whatsoever. We have those samples being tested right now in Springfield, and we'll get results in the morning. Thank you.
Can you spell your first and last name, sir?
Bobby Elzy, B-O-B-B-Y, last name Elzy, E-L-Z-I-E.
You have official title with the...
I am manager of the Office of Emergency Response.
Hi, I'm Craig Thomas. I'm a federal on-scene coordinator with the United States Environmental Protection Agency. Our focus also, like Illinois EPA's, is public safety and the environment. Currently, we are conducting 24-hour air monitoring operations. As Dr. Martel has indicated, we've been looking for VOCs, particulates, and some other parameters. Have not seen any detects for anything except for we recently discovered a low level of hydrogen cyanide that is exceeding a screening value right at the fence line of the property. So we're going to do a little bit further monitoring of that this evening. My suspicion is that that's related to the air inversion from last night. We'll further evaluate that this evening and advise the public health agencies accordingly. All right, any questions?
Matt Perez, the Illinois State Fire Marshal. Just wanted to commend the chief on the response to this incident. Normally what happens in the first few minutes, those decisions that happen on that initial response dictate what happens for days afterwards. And the decisions he made and his team made this a successful incident, and they brought it under control quickly. Also, the other local fire departments did a great job, and our mutual aid box alarm system, the backup they had, the training they've done, prepared them for just such an incident. So I just wanted to say thank you to them, and thank you for protecting not only the building but the environment around the building. And thank you to all the state and local partners at IEMA, IDPH, and EAP. They've done a great job, and they will continue to do a great job. Thank you.
I'm John Peterson. I'm the village president of Rockton, and I just want to express my gratitude for all the agencies that have helped with this. Kurt has done a phenomenal job, and his staff. I want to remind everybody this is the first step of this. You know, we just about have the fire out. There's cleanup. There's going to be economic development down the road we're going to have to deal with. So, but I greatly appreciate all the help from all the agencies that came. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chairman Joe Shirelli of Winnebago County. And again, as the mayor just stated, I want to thank all the agencies that are involved. On behalf of Winnebago County Board, we express our gratitude. This is very trying times. I want the citizens of Winnebago County to know that these team players here from the federal and the state and the local agencies have your back. They are working for you to keep you safe, to get you back home safely, and I appreciate the governor's office for his assistance. He's been in constant communication with myself and other people, and I can express to you that he cares. It showed me that he truly does care. He responded very quickly. I want to say thank you to our emergency operation team at the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center. We have a great team down there. They activated very quickly upon the first call. And you see the outcome. They are behind the scenes directing traffic. It's like air traffic controllers. It's amazing how swift and how quickly they motivated themselves to get into action. So I want to thank everybody. On behalf of Winnebago County, again, thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Chairman. This concludes our press conference for this evening. We would like to reconvene tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. To give additional information on the progress of this incident. So,
Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
We saw from the helicopter footage that foam. Can you just give us a little play-by-play as to what they're doing there, how that works, and how it suppresses the fire?
The foam acts as a blanketing agent. So once they put the actual blanket of foam on, it actually suppresses the fire and displaces the oxygen, so the product doesn't burn anymore. It's plain and simple. So it's very simple to use, and it works great. So
Chief, just to be clear, the fire is not out. Are you anticipating
No.
it could be out tonight, or are you going to?
No, I'm not going to speculate on how long this is going to take. This is a very large building. I believe it's 230 square feet, or 230,000 square feet. Sorry about that. So it's a large complex. There's a lot of materials in there that we have to sift through during the overhaul stage. And there's going to be hot spots, so we just want to remind the public that this is going to continue to burn. So when we're in the overhaul stage and we're moving debris around, things may flare up, but we want to ensure the public that it is under control. It's not going to go anywhere. It's contained in the area of origin and the building where the fire occurred. So. Please, again, I can't ask enough to please just be patient with us and allow us to do our jobs. And we'll get back with you, like I said, again tomorrow, and we'll reconvene tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
And then once it's out, how long is this evaluation phase to decide that things are safe for people to come back?
So this, like I said, this is going to be an ongoing effort. It's going to take, we're constantly monitoring the air. The EPA is constantly monitoring the air. They're monitoring the waterways as we speak at this point in time. So as far as a timeline, I can't speculate that. I really can't.
Is it still a 3-mile masking recommendation?
Dr. Martell, are we still doing that?
We are still on the monitoring for the 1 mile radius for the evacuation and 3 miles for the masking.
What about for the whole county? Should everyone be masking or just Metro?
We're talking about a zone, and again, the reason not the entire county does not have to mask unless they have respiratory issues and they want to mask. I mean, we're just coming out of our COVID phase 5, so people are masking for other reasons. But again, we're talking about particulate matter, and that can really, for individuals with respiratory conditions, may aggravate those. So people with chronic asthma, chronic bronchitis, we would want them to take the necessary precautions when in this region.
Bobby, did you want to, I don't know if this is in your purview, but the Illinois EPA sent out a press release within the hour saying that the EPA has sent a referral action, I think, to the Illinois Attorney General's office as it relates to ChemTool. Can you explain what that is and what it says?
You can refer back to that press release. I'm just here to speak on field operations. Anything else, you can refer to that.
Mr. Schneider, did you want to comment on the Illinois EPA referral action to the Attorney General's office regarding ChemTool?
Chief, can you talk about the positive transformation of, I think everybody last night thinking this was going to be a bigger burn for days and days. Can you talk about the team that's fighting the fire? You mentioned the foam. How do their services come into play here, and
Sure.
how do things change?
So what happened was we've been working with ChemTool. We've been working very closely with ChemTool and their representatives. They brought in an outside industrial firefighting crew. That's, like I said, they're out of Louisiana. This is their forte. So this is what they do. They fight industrial fires. They fight refinery fires. We felt that this was a perfect fit for them, just due to the fact that they have larger capacity, water capacity pumps. They have larger delivery methods with the nozzles that they use, and they can deliver and pack a punch. We're talking 600 gallons a minute that's flowed out of these nozzles. Our fire apparatus can't do that. So that's why they were brought in, and they're being utilized at this point.
So realistically, it sounds like at least 2 more nights for residents before they're back in. I mean, tonight, obviously, you just said, but then...
I'm not going to speculate on how long the evacuation period is going to end, or when it's going to end, but we need to understand that we need to go 1 more night, just like Dr. Martell recommended. So this will all be reevaluated again tomorrow. The suppression efforts are going to go on through the night tonight. We're going to be out there until this is mitigated, until it's over.
Will there be any kind of reimbursement for the residents who are spending money on hotels?
That I can't speculate on. I don't know.
Chief, I know it's a process, but any progress yet with the application of that foam, kind of getting closer and perhaps digging into what caused this?
Right now, it's just that we're in suppression mode, so we're still trying to put the fires out, the little spot fires. So once those are put out and we can get heavy equipment in to start moving material and continuing with our overhaul stage, then we can start our investigation.
Any idea on how many spots you have?
There's several right now. Again, it's a large area building. We have drones that are deployed overhead right now that have thermal imaging capabilities. So we're actually seeing where the hot spots are at, and we can direct those fire streams to suppress those fires.
In terms of that foam, what type of foam is it?
What type of foam do you guys want to speak on the foam that's being used?
Currently, we do not have a specific on which foam it is. We're trying to get a safety data sheet on it so we can profile it and get a better idea of how to dispose of it properly.
Should residents be concerned about, I know that those booms were kind of put in place to kind of protect the water quality. Should residents be concerned as, water testing going to continue?
Water testing will continue on the river and at the Public Works sanitary stations until this incident is over with.
Okay. So does it need to go on for weeks even afterwards?
If we determine by any of our testing any anomalies, then yes, we will continue.
Okay.
cause of the fire?
I'm sorry?
Who's going to lead the investigation?
The Rockton Fire District will be involved with the investigation along with the State Fire Marshal's Office and the ATF, local law enforcement. Okay? Thank you all for coming.